Okay, what's going on, everybody? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DKEN, and welcome to my incredible podcast. Now, before we continue, do not forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, share this with your boys and your families, follow me on Instagram, smash that bell notification button, and enjoy. Now, let's get started. Our top story for today shall be a 6-year-old little boy was accused of sexual harassment. Now, before I progress any further, I suggest that you sit down, sit back, relax, keep your eyes and ears wide open, grab something to munch on and drink, because this story will take your breath away. Now, here's why I'm saying this. For those of you that have not, I repeat, not been infected with this woke propaganda, if you will, for those of you that still have a brain left in your skulls, I implore you, listen to reason when I read this article to you, because we have a lot to discuss about this case. As a matter of fact, there are 2 articles in which the first one will go into details about what happened. But before I read this article to you, I'll give you a quick overview. Over a decade ago, specifically back in December of 2013, this 6-year-old was caught kissing another girl's hand by the teacher. So the teacher reported this to the school board, and the school board came to the conclusion that this 6-year-old little boy committed sexual harassment. Folks, understand this. Even our school system is so corrupt to the point where they perceive all boys and all men as sexual predators. This is the world that we live in. The left wing has successfully infected our school system with modern feminism. Therefore, modern feminism teaches all girls and all women how to smash the patriarchy, which is their saying. It teaches all girls and all females to accuse all boys and all men of sexual harassment, sexual assault, street harassment, quote unquote, and all of these retarded ass terminologies. Basically, nowadays, the school system, i.e. elementary, middle, and high schools, including community colleges and accredited universities, they are all teaching all girls and all women how to despite and hate all boys and all men. That is what the school system does in this day and age, thanks to modern feminism. Now that I got this out of my chest, let's advance to the first article titled, 6-year-old suspended for kissing girl accused of sexual harassment. Remember, this story came out back in December of 2013. It starts with, and I quote, "This is another one of those stories that seems absolutely hard to believe. A 6-year-old boy near Colorado Springs, Colorado, was suspended from school for kissing a girl on the hand." You read that correctly. It was during class. First grader, I will not say his name, said in an interview with CNN affiliate KRDO, "We were doing reading group and I leaned over and kissed her on the hand. That's what happened." So this little boy had a crush on another girl in his class, so he decided to do something chivalrous, but as you can see, the school board chose not to let that slide, okay? They decided to suspend him for 2 days for doing something as trivial as kissing another girl's hand. One could argue that this is why chivalry died a long time ago, and when I say a long time ago, I mean decades ago. This is why you should never get fucking close with a female nowadays, alright? Let's continue. It continues on, and I quote, "Not only did Hunter's peck get him suspended from school, but the school accused him of sexual harassment," KRDO reported. Hunter's mom, Jennifer Saunders, is outraged. This is taking it to an extreme that doesn't need to be met with a 6-year-old, Saunders told KRDO. "Now my son's asking questions. What is sex, mommy?" She said Hunter had problems at school before, getting suspended for roughhousing and for kissing the same girl on the cheek. The family has been working with him on class disruptions, quote unquote, by grounding him and giving him big restrictions, Saunders said. Okay, so this boy was well known for roughhousing and for class disruptions. Okay, well, I can tell you with personal experience that boys in general are well known to be rough, and generally speaking, they usually do play rough. However, because of what he was being accused of by the school, his mother had no choice but to have this discussion with her son, and a difficult discussion, if you will. Her son was accused of sexual harassment. Like, think about that for a moment. This child was still learning his ABCs and his 1, 2, 3s, and the school had the audacity to accuse him of sexual harassment. During that moment, how was she able to start that kind of conversation with her 6-year-old son? Like, she had to start somewhere. Let's continue. It continues on, and I quote, Robin Goldley, the superintendent of Canyon City Schools, told KRDO that Hunter's record will remain within the district and that his behavior fits the school policy description of sexual harassment, which includes unwanted touching. Our main interest in this is having the behavior stop, because the story is just not about the student that was disciplined. It's also about the student receiving the unwanted advances, Goodley told HLN. We have to think about both students in the situation. Okay, how in the name of the Lord does this child's behavior fit the description of sexual harassment? Keep in mind, sexual harassment is verbal, okay? Harassment is considered verbal. Notice how the school board, who is under the control of modern feminazism, rushed to the conclusion that what he did was wrong. This demonstrated that the school board had a strong bias towards boys and boys only. Therefore, what does this do? Well, in a way, this will create a segregation between boys and girls. You know what happens when you do this to boys and girls? You're teaching these boys to never approach females ever again when these boys grow up and mature into adults. This will create a void in workplaces between men and women. Okay? Keep that in mind as we continue on. It continues on, and I quote, Saunders said the girl in question was fine with it because Hunter and the girl consider themselves boyfriend and girlfriend. The girl's parents have not commented publicly on the issue, but Saunders wants her son's record cleared of anything suggesting sexual harassment. On Wednesday, Saunders told CNN that the boy's school principal would ask the superintendent to reconsider removing the term sexual harassment from Hunter's record. The superintendent did not return a phone call from CNN. Remove it from his record, Saunders told KRDO. I need to stand up and fight for him. I can't just let that happen because it's not the case. It's not what happened at all. Hunter, for his part, said he feels sorry for doing something wrong and tries to be good in school. But I just have a lot of energy. 6-year-olds, they have a lot of energy, Hunter said. They sure do, and as a parent of a 6-year-old and a 7-year-old, an innocent peck on the cheek or on the hand seems as natural for kids this age as declarations of who they plan to marry. They don't know anything about sex or sexual harassment, so how on earth can they be accused of such behavior? Exactly. These children are way too young to know what sexual harassment is. Therefore, how would they be able to know what that is? The school board was acting as if these kids knew what this terminology meant.
Nope.
No, they didn't. They were too young for that. You know what? That concludes this first article. And right now, let's transition to the second article titled, School Drops Sexual Harassment Claim Against 6-Year-Old Who Kissed Girl. Very simple. This next article will go into detail as to what happened after this 6-year-old child was accused of sexual harassment. So with that said, let's dive right into it. I'm only going to read to you the key details about the article. It starts with, and I quote, amid a tidal wave of negative publicity, a Colorado school system has let a 6-year-old boy return to school and said it won't classify his kissing a girl on the hand as sexual harassment. The story of first grader, I'm not going to say his name, made national news and spurred outrage this week after word spread that his school near Colorado Springs suspended him for the kiss and accused him of sexually harassing the girl. On Wednesday night, CNN affiliate KRDO reported that Canyon City School Superintendent Robin Goodley met with Hunter's parents. The superintendent then changed Hunter's disciplinary offense from sexual harassment to misconduct. I repeat, from sexual harassment to misconduct. You know what? That concludes this article. That's all I needed to read to all of you. In conclusion, gentlemen, we need to take a stand right now. We need to stay together as a team. At the end of the day, it is what it is. If the school board wants to constantly accuse boys of sexual harassment, sexual assault, and etc., then so be it. We will separate ourselves from the females. We will create the segregation concept where the females stay on one side of the classroom and the boys stay on the other side of the classroom. By doing this, we will not have any more problems in regards to sexual harassment. If this is what they want, then fine. We will flee for our dear lives and we will protect ourselves. Here's why I'm saying all of this. Because I do not want to create a rap sheet at all. I want to have a clean record. All it takes is one fuck up and I could lose something valuable. Gentlemen, Learn how to think ahead before you choose to do something. Learn how to think ahead before you make a move. So with all of that said, this concludes this episode of my incredible podcast. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, share this with your boys and your families. Follow me on Instagram, smash that bell notification button, and y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace out.